Lee Roth with the Dent Training Institute. Hope everybody's doing well, and this summer heat is been taking its toll on everybody, but I hope everybody's had a great summer and now that school started back and getting all the kiddos off to school and everybody's ready to get back to work and have a great rest of the year. So I'm sitting here with our newest graduate, John Fiore, who comes to us from Pennsylvania. Great guy. John's been here for 4 weeks, right? 5 weeks, excuse me. 5 weeks now. See, it's been so long. I can't keep track of how long he's been here. We're starting to charge him rent. It's great. But no, great guy. And just wanted to sit down and have a little conversation with him and find out from his perspective how training's gone, where he's coming from, wanting to get into the industry, and what he plans to do with the tools that he's learned from, you know, the Dent King and the different recons that he's taken, and what he wants to do with that.
So actually, I was just looking around online, and I was looking for reputable companies, in my area that had PDR training, and I come from an area of auto washing territory, and there were a couple smaller institutions, nothing that seemed really fully comprehensive in terms of offering tools, a set curriculum, or anything like that. And the more and more I looked, I found Dent King popping up everywhere. Obviously, it was one of the first things to pop up, but you're always skeptical about stuff like that.
Sure, of course.
And so I found, looked into the curriculum. It was very well spelled out and articulated on the webpage and all that. So and then I saw something on there about the being able to use my GI Bill, and so at that point I had to call. I had to make an inquiry, and once I did, I talked to Cher, and Cher got me. I had to provide her with like 3 little documents, like my DD-214. My certificate of eligibility, I think,
right.
And then like one other thing. Got those to her, and within a week we had the entire training planned out, and I was here.
That's
later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
What were you doing before you decided to do this, and what caused you, or what made you want to jump into this?
Well, I've been a car guy in and around the car industry my entire life. My family owns a few car dealerships.
Built-in practice.
Yes. So after I retired from the Army, medically.
You, by the way.
Thank you very much. I retired due to medical reasons, so I had to find something that would work for me. Prior to getting out, I found a corporate job, and it paid very well, and it took care of me for 8 years. I was kind of getting wore out from that. The company was moving in a direction other than that was different than my own, so I chose at that point to look at different options. And I know body work. I've been doing it for over 20 years, off and on, and so I started doing that. Had a lot of fun with it, but you need a big facility. You need a lot of overhead,
right?
Basically, I got to the point with that where I wanted to be my own boss. I want to be completely independent of any shop or anything like that, and I wanted a skill that I wouldn't have to start from scratch.
Right.
So as a body guy, a lot of my understanding of how metal works and paint surfaces and all that stuff transferred into PDR. So
it can. It always depends on the individual technician as to if you can really transfer that over and translate that into PDR.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys can't. Some guys, honestly, it hurts them. It kind of hinders them because they have the mindset of, well, I would just mud it and go on.
Yeah.
But if you, like you said, if you can actually pull in that knowledge of the expectation of how metal moves, it can be immensely helpful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and just knowing, when we're doing the glue pulling and stuff like that, if the paint is stable enough to pull, and being able to recognize that, and you've taught me that a lot, maybe 50% of what we do is just being able to see what we're looking at.
Right.
And I think
You can't see it, you can't fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're
And if you
having
can't
a
see, don't
detailed
push.
eye,
Yeah.
Having a detailed eye is essential to this. So I think anybody that has any sort of skill set that's related to that, whether you're into shooting targets or something like that, or some making jewelry, if you have a fine eye, then it's going to serve you really well.
Absolutely. So besides the obvious of just going, wanting to be out on your own and everything, kind of what's your plans with it? Are you I know you and I talked earlier, kind of not sure if you want to go the brick and mortar shop retail route, or if you're going to kind of go to the wholesale side, but you also did a couple of other programs too, didn't you?
Yes. In fact, the whole thing that sparked me looking into this entire class, I'd looked into PDR a couple of years ago, just on a whim, and I had saw Dean King come up, and I liked it. But then a couple of years went by, and I saw a need for windshield repair technicians in our area. And right now there's a severe lack of them. So I saw that Dean King offered the windshield package, and I had time, so I was like, okay, well, let me look into that.
Right.
And I thought I would just come out here and do some short package that had just that. It turns out it's pretty easy class, that can be potentially very lucrative.
Windshield is actually very easy.
Yeah, and it's the kit that Dean King offers is very comprehensive.
It is a top-notch kit.
Go.
It's the kit I've used for years.
Yeah, it's and I like the fact that it's got every little thing. Like you can go out and buy kits of things, but like you need your consumables and stuff like that. This comes with all that. Now, granted, can you go out and buy that yourself? Of course, but this gets you going. Gets you knowing what products work for you.
Absolutely.
So that in itself led me to looking at a bigger package, the Total Recon package, the TR3.
So you ended up doing windshield, PDR, wheel,
interior repair,
and bumper. Did you do the bumper?
No bumper.
You didn't do the bumper.
Odor removal.
Odor removal. Okay. And the interior. So yeah. So for those of you all out there that are watching this, don't forget, as much as we talk about PDR, and PDR is our lifeline. I mean, it's our what we do, our bread and butter. We're also full recon training. We do interior repair training. We do wheel restoration. We do spot bumper repair, and we do interior, we do windshield, we do odor, we do headlight restoration. So we also teach window tint. So and detail and ceramic coating and paint correction.
And the cool thing is that all the instructors that teach all that are pros.
Right.
There's nobody that's like just reading off of some written curriculum.
Right. Well, it's like the guy that was doing our tent class today, Tom. I mean, our tent class, the guy's a 25, almost 30-year tenter. Yeah. Mel Craig.
Yeah.
That does, our detail training and Revivify and all that. I mean, if you have ever heard of a detail, you've heard of Mel Craig. And then the rest of us that do everything else that we teach, we do our best to make sure that you get everything that you're here to get, and make sure it goes. Well, if there's one thing that you as a student that's just getting through your training, that you could pass on a piece of advice to either a brand new student that watches this, somebody that's just coming in, or someone that's trying to make the leap, that's trying to take that leap to commit to doing it, or somebody that's watching this that's scheduled to come in, what's the one piece of advice you give them?
I would definitely do your research on your home area. Find out what your end game is first. If you want to own your own company, if you want to work for somebody else, what are your goals in terms of salary? What's your work-life balance goals? All the technical stuff, will be answered when you get here.
Mm-hmm.
What I came to find when I was in my time here is that the longest days were on the weekends, because I would come here and it wasn't like a job for me. It was actually, I had a lot of fun, not only in just learning it, but actually doing all the tasks.
Well, that's one thing we try to do. We try to make it as informative for you as we possibly can, obviously, because you're here for one reason, that's to learn. But yet we want you to enjoy that time and be able to have the social interaction with the other students along with us to be able to enjoy yourself. Because let's face it, if you come into a classroom environment and you're miserable, you're miserable.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to my kid. My kid just started at University of Missouri this week. And you know, it's like she's got one class, and I won't say what class it is, but she's got one class that is driving her nuts. She hates it.
Yeah.
It's because it's the exact same thing she did in high school. But it's that same kind of deal. Everything else she's having a great time with. This one, it's killing her. So when you come to an environment, it doesn't matter what the learning environment is.
Yeah.
You want it to be as enjoyable as you possibly can.
Yes.
Well, I'm thoroughly thrilled that besides the opportunity to meet you, and I think we're going to stay in contact as I try to do with as so many of my students, but I know we're going to stay in contact. I wish you the best of luck, my friend, I like your piece of advice, because one of the things you made me just think about, it was hitting me as I was saying this just now. You know, like you said, we can give you all the technical side of PDR and all the different recons and everything, but we like to have personal conversations with you as far as what you are trying to do and what you are trying to get out of things. And there's things that we'll help with. We help with business marketing. We help with social media. We help with, you know, when you have questions about what's a GL insurance policy, all these different avenues. When guys get here, if they don't have a clue as to what they want to do with their training, with their business, I can't help you with it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying I've got the answers to everything. If you ask me a question, and you know this, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm gonna go find out the answer for you. I'll figure it out. But I can't help you if you don't know what to ask me.
Right. Yeah.
You know, if you don't have a clue what you're going to do with PDR when you get back, I can't give you a suggestion other than go push and practice.
Yeah.
You know,
Have a plan.
So have a plan. Come in with an idea of how you want to move forward. It's great advice. It truly is. But again, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You ever need anything, you've got my numbers, you've got all of our numbers, you got the email, you got my social media, you're on my social media, and good luck in the future. And please always, you know, reach out anytime, keep pushing, and come back and see us, as even though you're all the way on the far other side of the country, anytime you want to come back, just pop in and see us and let us know you're coming.
Definitely will.
My friend. Good luck.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.